Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, My So-Called Healthy Life. And it is the day after Memorial Day. I was on my front porch reading all of my daily affirmations today, and like every book was really good. So I thought, you know what, just randomly pick one, and so I picked The Daily Book of Positive Quotations by Linda Picone. You guys know, it's listed below. This is one of my all-time favorite meditation books. So shall we get right into this? I think so. It is May 30th. Feeling versus doing. You cannot make yourself feel something you do not feel, but you can make yourself do right in spite of your feelings. Pearl S. Buck. I just don't feel like it, a child whines, and sometimes neither do we. We know what we're supposed to do, but we're afraid to do it, or too bored to do it, or we think it's going to be too much work. We assume that good people do the right thing because it's natural to them. That may be true for some, but many of us have to decide to straighten our shoulders, lift our heads, and do what we know is right, even when we might prefer to whine a little, too. I know what I need to do, even if part of me would rather avoid it. I will do what's right. I think it's a really, really good lesson in life, and you know, it's a recovery slogan to do the next right thing. And a very good friend of mine has always taught me, I do not like that statement, do the next right thing. It's do the right thing. And I think in life, we always know, you know, given two options, there's like one right and one wrong, you know, like, or one that's better than the other, if that makes sense. And, you know, I think it's getting ingrained to think that way, you know, like, if you have somebody's birthday party and you don't really want to go to it, but she's been to everything of yours, you know the right thing to do is to go to the birthday party, right? And not make excuses and not go. You know, if you're like, oh, well, I really want to stay up late, but I know that I need to be up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. The right thing to do is to go to bed and get a good night's sleep. You know, I mean, we know the right things to do. And even me, I mean, like, I'm not going to get on here and preach about things I don't need to do with like eating, for example. I know that if given the option between, you know, healthy fruit and maybe a grilled chicken breast and some rice versus a Whopper from Burger King, I mean, I know what the right option is, right? It doesn't mean I always pick it. And like I've said before, I think that the object in life is to remain teachable and to continue to grow and learn. And as long as we do that, we're going to be just fine. So in any big decision that you have, or, you know, even any, I don't know, like not huge decision, but on a daily basis, let's scratch that. It doesn't have to be big decisions. It can be just small things, you know, like in how we talk to one another, in, you know, how we interact with our families. Always try to do the right thing. And sooner or later, it will become ingrained in us and we'll start doing it just naturally, right? You know, I remember years ago, I saw this interview, I think it was with Toni Morrison, the author, and she said, you know, we are so nice to people in grocery store lines and just out on the street that we see and at the coffee shop, but we come home and we treat our own family and partners horribly, you know, like we come through the door and we're like, oh, I've had a shitty day and blah, 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 whatever. If we started treating our family, our loved ones, and our close friends the way that we treat people in the grocery store, life would go a lot easier, you know? And that's doing the right thing and trying to improve relationships, you know? So I think if you look at your life overall and you start consciously asking yourself, is this the right thing? Is this not the right thing? You know, it's like finding a $20 bill on the floor. What's the right thing to do? Well, turn it in. Well, what if it's not theirs and they pocket it? It's not the point. The point is you did the right thing. It's not about what they do, you know? And I think a lot of times in life we get very consumed with, well, what did they do? What did they do? It's not about that. It's about what did you do? It's about your growth. It's about your lessons in your life. And that's something huge that I've had to overcome, was not comparing myself to other people's, because my journey is completely different. So I hope you guys related to that today, and I will be back tomorrow. I love you. Bye.